Hello, and welcome to Year of the Vampire.
You gonna tell them what video we watched?
We watched the movie Blade.
I mean, I think they can tell from the thumbnail / just everything on the screen.
Still.
Anyway, yeah. I don't know. I like Blade. I think we've actually we might have mentioned it before on this channel, but we both actually really enjoyed this movie. So this probably isn't going to be like a super critical thing about this movie or very long. Sorry, it's incredibly late. It's like almost 11, I think. So we got to finish this before it isn't Friday anymore.
I get that the movie's old, but I do have something to say about it. But
all right, well, let's do our things first. Story. What'd you think?
It's interesting. It's about essentially a half human, half vampire.
Yeah, everyone knows who Blade is. Tell them about the blood god thing.
Isn't his name Eric?
I mean, yeah, technically.
Okay, so...
But Blade is his Christian name.
The main portion of the main plot of the movie, which you don't really find until about halfway through, is there is some ancient scriptures for vampires about a blood god.
Yeah, the Vampire Bible and La Magra.
They really should have held all those ancient papers up better than just behind thin pieces of glass in the middle of rooms.
No, you don't get it. They were elevated off the ground. It looks cool.
It might look cool.
Who cares if it isn't? Who cares if it's inconvenient or dangerous? I'm
just saying
it looks cool.
It doesn't protect the actual items themselves from people being thrown through it, or from swords or guns.
Anyway, getting back to the plot, the main antagonist, Deacon Frost, a guy who was born human but turned vampire, wants to bring about La Magra and become a vampire god, essentially. And so he sacrifices the Vampire Council. Don't screw with my fan.
Sorry. But yes.
I don't know, it's a weird story. It's always been a weird story. But something I didn't really notice when I was a kid, because, kids should be watching this movie.
That didn't stop
us. I think the movie is a little rushed. That might sound weird for a 2-hour movie, but it kind of jumps between scenes a lot. I think the story could easily have been maybe a mini-series on TV rather than a movie. I don't know. Even if it was just an extra 40 minutes or an hour, it could have done with a little bit of fleshing out in the story and it kind of taking its time a little more.
I mean, a lot did happen.
Yeah, a lot happens, and for a lot of scenes, you don't really get a sense of the importance of a lot of that stuff because it doesn't give you time to do it, to understand it. I don't know, that's just my thing. Maybe I'm just weird in the head from watching this movie so much when I was a kid. Acting. What'd you think of the acting?
It's pretty good. I guess it's kind of cheesy on some parts, but it's
some
kind of
parts,
the charm to it.
It's cheesy on a lot of parts, and downright campy and ridiculous on a lot of other parts. That's another thing I never realized as a kid is this movie is, I'm not gonna say it's badly acted, it's just weirdly acted.
It's
and weirdly written.
Overtly serious.
And the dialogue is weirdly delivered as well. Just everything about the movie is just kind of weird. And I kind of wish more of the MCU was more like these movies used to be. Overly serious, but
still fun.
But yeah, overly serious, but you really don't take them seriously. Music and sound effects. What'd you think?
God, there was a lot of techno.
Yeah, it was
I didn't hate
1998, I think.
Yeah,
there was a
lot of freaking techno.
From what I remember, from when we were freaking 7, there was a decent amount of techno in the late 90s and early 2000s.
I'm just saying, they were really enjoying their electronic music in this
especially at the beginning in the freaking blood rave scene.
Probably still my favorite scene, not gonna lie.
Probably one of the most recognizable scenes from the movie.
It's so cool.
Cinematography.
It had a lot of I don't know.
It suffered from what action movies around that time suffered from, which is a lot
shaky.
Shaky and a lot of really fast jumps.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Blood Rain was similar.
Blood Rain was so so much worse.
I mean, you saw the ending fights of this movie. It was pretty fucking bad. Like, not that the fights were bad or that the movie's bad, just the jump cuts were bad, but I mean, getting to the next part, I actually I understand that, but I mean, it was competently shot at least.
Yeah.
Just could have done with a few less like quick cuts. So CG or special effects. I think that is probably the thing that has aged worst about this movie, because a lot of the CG, as you would expect from 1998, is fucking atrocious.
I mean, I'm glad they used a lot of like practical blood.
They didn't use enough. There isn't enough practical blood in any movie to make up for how much bad CG blood they used in this one.
Okay, no, that's okay. The thing is, most of it wasn't bad. All right, it was.
I mean, it actually is. We just didn't know it was bad in 1998.
No, like even now I still enjoyed it. Like
oh my god,
the body is like decomposing and turning and like exploding in the fire was kind of cheesy. But
okay, what about the serum? The body's just like bulging up and exploding. Did you like that, Noel? Can you say with a straight face that you thought that looked good? Because it didn't.
It was a bit goofy.
A bit goofy?
Yeah. Yeah, just a bit goofy. The worst of it, though, is...
was Frost at the end of the movie.
Deacon Frost. He got cut in half and kind of...
And then got his arm cut off.
Himself back together.
He cartooned his arm back into existence.
I could barely even call that CG. It does not look like blood.
You know what I never actually thought about? If he could just cartoon the two halves of his body back together, why couldn't he just cartoon the lower half of his arm back to his body? Why did it disintegrate and then he just reform it out of blood? Why couldn't he just reattach that part too?
Do you know how?
And if he could just reattach himself, how does he die at the end? Like, is he supposed to be like the blood god's avatar or some crap? How does like the human-made vampire serum actually kill him? I get that he stabs him with a ton of needles, but
I kind of feel like he failed at being a blood god. Maybe it's because he was half human.
No, Blade was half human.
Okay, but
Frost was turned.
He was turned into a vampire.
Yeah, he wasn't born vampire.
Well, he wasn't half human. But
I mean, you saw the pureblood vampires. Frost at least survived the fucking ceremony.
Yeah,
which is more than you could say for the pureblooded vampires, who turned into weird CG winged skeletons, even though they don't have wings.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
Why did the little skeletons have wings?
I don't know.
I don't know. That was a weird choice. Actually, we talked about this more than I thought. But I don't know. Despite its flaws, and believe me, there are a lot of flaws. There are so many goddamn flaws. This is a movie I watched a lot as a kid, and you watched quite a bit as a kid too, didn't you?
Yeah, my brother was a big fan of it, and I had to catch it whenever I got the chance. But it was I always enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think we can forgive the flaws because we both kind of have a place on our hearts for this movie, and despite what a bizarre freaking movie it is, like, I mean, if you haven't seen it, I say you should see it.